sword fight, fight, fight. Monkey sword fight, fight, fight. Monkey sword fight, fight, fight. Monkey sword fight, fight, fight.
I about shit myself.
You made up for the week then?
Oh, mate, made my day. Woke up on Sunday, got straight with the Lord. Sat next to a Lisbon Lion. Went and watched a wee man's football. They got pumped. It was infuriating. It's like the kids forgot how to play football at a break. You bastards. You bastards. You good?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Levels is good.
The levels is good.
Yeah. It feels weird doing this again with like just the three of us. It's been some time.
Has it?
I think it's been a while.
Oh, no.
Feels like summer again.
Well, it does, aye. Just because the sun's
Feels
out.
like summer's coming. Like coming to do a podcast, I sent to you driving down. I'm just like, give it just a few weeks. There'll be a day. It's like 18.
We'll be
19
sitting here in the
degrees,
studio like that. I'm melting right now.
Yeah, I don't want to hear anybody moaning again in the summer. Like, yeah, it's too hot.
Nope. Don't want to hear it.
For like 3 days in a row or something. It's just like
Belter.
We're going to get one. We're going to get one mid-March. We're going to get a hot one.
Look at Mike.
feel
You're
it.
convinced of this.
I love it. I love it. I can't wait. I was just drove by the inn, saw people out with the dogs, kids out playing.
That's was it. I was at the wee man's football today, and it was like out in Creef. Sun was beating down. Beautiful AstroTurf. I was like, oh man, I'd get in for a good kickabout on this just now. Like,
Here, tell you what, I'd do anything for a fucking round of golf right now.
aye.
Out in that today. I know it'll be a bit cold in that, but
See,
Nice
I'd
day
offer
to
to
go
play
and
you
play.
a game of golf, man, but I'm absolutely fucking rank.
I'm terrible, too.
I played absolutely fuck all through the back end of last summer into like pretty
I've not
much
played
this year.
since August. I do like golfing in the shite weather though.
As soon as the college has got going for me, I've just been like, nah, got to focus on that.
I've got a monkey sword fight day out.
Yep, we will get that done. We'll get it
Dos.
arranged.
We do.
Deadly. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Perth's premier podcast, Monkey Sword Fight, with me, your host Jordan Patrick, and my co-host Mr. Michael Dots.
Word with dots. Balance is not something you find. It's something you create. Yeah.
Nice. There's a certain page that you always check for them? Because I just think you've actually searched.
Shut up.
Sorry, man, I'm ruining the magic.
Yeah, you are.
Pulling back the curtain.
Behind the scenes, like the Wizard of Oz. Not the Wizard of Oz. What is that?
That was
that?
Wizard.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
okay.
hiding behind the curtain.
All right.
Yeah. Andy Mack on the ones and twos, as per usual.
What's happening?
How are we all, lads?
We are well. Well, I'm not well, but
We'll get into that.
yeah, we will.
Do the business first of all. This week's episode of the podcast is sponsored by our friends over at Fair City Jiu-Jitsu, Perth's only Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym offering classes for all experience and fitness levels 7 days a week. Get in touch on Facebook, Fair City Jiu-Jitsu, and your first class is free.
Freeze for me.
Free as fuck.
It's funny because I follow them on Facebook now. I get like sometimes some jiu-jitsu videos that just pop up. You know how sometimes there's that tab on Facebook and it just endless stream of videos.
Yeah.
And one came up and it was just like two kids. They couldn't have been older than 10 years old. They were fucking going at it, man.
Yeah.
Like they were just tossing each other all over the place.
I fucking love watching jiu-jitsu videos, man, because it's just like I watch it once and I'm like, how do you do that?
Yeah, I know.
And I'll sit and have to watch it like 10 times. I'm still not entirely sure how we got from here to having the guy's leg behind his head.
So these kids would toss me all over the place.
Motherfucking savages. Anyway, how have we all been? How's it been since last week?
Ill. I've been, I don't know, maybe, Andy, you're a little bit closer to my age than Jordan is, but do you find that, like, colds, like, linger before now? I feel like when I was younger, the colds kind of lingered at the end. So it's like you had your cold, it hit you like a ton of bricks, and then toward the end, you had a little cough, a little sniffle, and then it went away. Now it seems like it lingers going into the cold. You have, like, 3 days of shit, and then it kind of just goes away.
No.
No? All right, damn.
No, not for me. It's just like, for me, I usually just find it's like, I always notice it's my neck and my shoulders.
Yeah.
Ache, man.
I'm suddenly like, my neck and my shoulders are aching. I'll guarantee you, like, the next day I wake up and I'm all, like, stuffed up and
I got a funny
taste.
taste.
It hits me straight up, man.
I got a funny taste in my mouth. And as soon as I get that taste in my mouth, I'm like, oh, I'm going to be sick. Like, not like sick, however.
Yeah.
So,
What does it taste like? Describe the taste.
Oh, it's fust. It's just like I could brush my teeth a million times, use a whole bottle of mouthwash, and just this taste will just linger in my mouth. But talking about being sick after missing that previous week and then doing the podcast, and I felt fine, felt fucking brand new after last week's podcast. Went home, had a wee beans on toast, deadly. Fucking woke up the next morning. I got an early flight to London for my work. I didn't feel right, so I had a wee spew before I left the house.
Did you pull the trigger? Like,
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I was like, okay, right, I feel a bit better now. Got picked up and was driving through in the car with two folk I work with. And they're sitting chatting away, and as we're getting closer and closer to Edinburgh, I was like, man, I do not feel good, man. Temperature's like going up and down. I was like, fuck, this feels like last week, but like on speed. So we get to Edinburgh Airport, get through security. I'm like standing in security. You know, the airport's usually quite cold. Standing in security, like getting in the queue, is obviously commuter morning, so it's fucking sorry, I'm away for the mic.
No.
Oh, I thought that's what I looked for. I was
No.
fucking
Okay.
boiling, had to whip my jacket off.
I know, right?
What?
So used to not talking into it.
Honestly, fucking absolutely horrific. And got through. I was like, I really didn't feel good. Went to the bathroom. It was all right. Standing in the queue to get on the plane.
Yeah.
And it hits me like a ton of bricks, man. Like, it literally, like, temperature just spiked. Apparently, I was standing there looking grey as fuck.
Oh, no.
Like, just swithering on my feet. And I was just like, I've got to make the call here because my flight leaves in 15 minutes. And if I spew up in the air, this could be bad. So I'm like, right, no, it's cool. Right, I was like, right, I'm not getting on the flight. Left my two pals there, phoned my manager. Right, like, I'm not feeling well. I'm going to go up to the hospital because this isn't right.
Did your manager call you soft?
No, he's a nice guy. But so I'm like, right, I've got to get outside. It didn't feel good. I've got to get outside and get some fresh air. Phone Megan's at any chance and get somebody to come pick me up. Dad's coming through to pick me up. As I'm walking, they've moved the exit in Edinburgh Airport, so now you've got to go right around past the Witherspoons.
Stopped in for a pint.
I wish
Got to.
No, stopped outside Witherspoons and did I no fucking exorcist it everywhere.
Wait, in the restaurant?
You know, just outside the Witherspoons and like the walkway, just spewed like everywhere. And it wasn't even like a little bit. It was like proper like.
So what time was this?
This is like 7:15 in the morning.
Okay, so probably wasn't that crazy.
But the thing is, it must have, like, folk were all like giving me sideways looks. I'm ending up getting stuck in a fucking wheelchair. Like the staff are like wheeling me.
hell,
Like I
mate.
was sitting there, and I'm like sitting there shamed to death. I was like, look, just leave me. So I like, had to come back, ended up having a norovirus. Fucking got home, literally like fell into my bed, and then had that. You know, you get that weird sleep where you're not asleep, but you're not awake.
Yeah.
Like shivering, freezing, roasting. Like Megan kept coming in. I was just like. Ugh.
Did she get it too?
No, that's annoying. Like, because she ended up sleeping in the wee man's room. Like, I was literally I had to like disinfect the couch I was lying on, boil wash all the sheets and that, so she didn't get in. But it was a fucking rank couple of weeks.
God, she must consider herself so lucky.
It's terrible. It seems like that norovirus comes around every February.
Well,
January and February.
I thought I was bad the first week, but see the couple of days after Tuesday, that was awful, man. Like, literally, I couldn't sleep. Dropped a couple of pounds though. So wasn't too bad.
I also wonder how much, this is a wild theory, right? I might just be fucking shooting at nothing here, but I wonder if why people get so sick sort of January, like into February, isn't just like obviously the cold weather and stuff, but a lot of people are fucking run down, man.
Oh, man.
Definitely,
Working,
yeah.
you know, after the Christmas period and all that, people are just absolutely fried, man. And when you're like that, you're more susceptible to picking up bugs and those kind of things. So
It's not even that as well,
I
man.
don't know.
January is just, it's not the best month in the world, is it? Because you're like, even if you're doing like Christmas times, it's all bright. There's something to look forward to. Everybody seems to be in generally a bit of a better mood. And in January, it's like you walk back into work after the Christmas period, all the decorations have gone.
Yeah.
And it's just grey. It's just everything's back to normal, as if it never happened. And it's always just a bit like, right, that's it for another year. It's just a bit depressing. But January seems to fuck people up.
Yeah, I understand being run down. I'd be run down, but like I don't know if that would affect like there's something like the norovirus. Like
I think that was,
maybe
that
you
might-
get
it
that
was-
either way.
I
Maybe
think it was-
you can fight it off.
I think it was maybe just unlucky. Do you know what I mean? But the thing is, it couldn't be anyone, man. You could just be like walking, especially we work in an office. Like our building has about 3,000 people in it.
Oh God, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you're always touching a door handle or putting your ID badge up to the sensor.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or you're putting your hand on handrails because that's one of the safety things. You've got to hold the handrail when you walk, and there's 3,000 other people that are holding those handrails as well, man. Like,
It's gross.
bad times.
We're speaking of that place. So I shared a picture of the basket in there a couple of weeks ago. It was full as ever today. It was huge. I was going to take a picture of it, but I went in there, and the stench in that kitchen almost knocked me over. It smells so bad. We have like a refrigerator just filled with milk, just for the people who like milk in their coffees and teas or whatever. So underneath that fridge, they put a piece of carpet there. I'm not sure why they would have done that. But some genius put the milk horizontally on top of milk that was facing up, right? and it leaked out out of the fridge and onto the carpet. So they cleaned up the fridge, but now you have stinky, disgusting, old, rotting milk underneath the warm fridge, by the way. And the whole thing just stinks. It just smelled horrible.
I remember this was ages ago. I don't know how this just put, but like I remember years ago, I kept walking into my bedroom and there was this smell in this particular part. I couldn't figure out what the fuck it was. For about 2 weeks, I was like, what the fuck is that? It turns out my dog had got into like the muscle food order and had snuck a beef burger.
Oh no!
But in its haste to try and get it, buried it under my bed. And cause like the gap between the bed and that was tiny. So honestly, see when I lifted the bed up, that smell will live with me forever. It was, and the dog was like, I'm gonna have that. I'm like, oh.
That's terrible.
That is awful. But that's cool on the dog. I mean, not cool on him, but just like stealing some food and be like, yo, I'm going to stash this away for later.
Fucking have this. I'll tell you about the time my other dog got into a box of chocolate milkshake powder.
Okay.
And you know, like cocoa powder for dogs is like crack cocaine. Like that's why dogs aren't meant to have chocolate, because it increases their heart rate dangerously.
Really? Oh, okay. All right.
So I'd come home one day from football or something like that, and there's chocolate milkshake powder everywhere. And this dog needed a 6 mile walk, like 6 miles worth of walk every day anyway, just to function. I had to walk that thing 10 miles. And then he just stopped. But like I was reading the effects, and it's like a human being taking like high quality bait.
Yeah.
It's like a dog on cocoa powder is like restlessness, anxiety, super increased heart rate. My dog's just like, what's going on? How are we doing? You all right? What are you on to? You want to go dancing? I'm feeling dancing. Let's go for a walk.
Is that a biscuit? Give me a biscuit. Come on.
It's fucking nasty.
But because I wasn't feeling well the last couple of days, and we were expecting some bad weather, like somewhere around the country. They sometimes they'll bring in food for us or whatever, but it didn't really come to anything. So now there was like 50 rolls, bacon, sausage. They had a bunch of fruit in there too. No one touched the fruit. There was big bag cheese and onion Lay's in there, Pepsis. They had all this stuff in there, and there was nobody to eat it. So guess who ate it? Mike ate it.
Yeah,
Mike ate all that shit.
Yeah, Mike.
So I've just been munching for the last like 48 hours. I've just been a disgusting slob and eating everything in sight.
So I've been a bit lax with myself because like for like up until Friday, I don't think I put anything past my mouth, because I just felt hellish. Well, actually, no, it was maybe Thursday evening. Then Thursday evening I was like, right, I'm starving.
Yeah.
So me and Chuff went to the cinema, went for a walk with Nori Miller, got a bag of chips. Oh, mate. Oh, glorious. Just a wee poke of chips for the Shanghai.
Oh, I like Shanghai.
Deadly. But, what's been happening this week? What's going on?
I just started speaking about food, and to be honest, like, all I've been thinking about the last couple of days is just a fucking cheese pizza.
Oh, no!
Oh yeah, how's the
How's it going?
Is it starting to like
Honestly,
set in a bit now?
No, it's all right. What's the date today? This is Sunday the 10th, so we're 10 days in.
A third of the way through.
What's the latest update?
Yeah, good.
I saw you with your Instagram thing with the nuggets. You were chuffed. You were pleased with that.
I quickly made chicken nuggets when I nipped home after finishing at college on Friday before I came to the studio.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried the fake chicken nuggets, and they tasted just like McD's ones, man.
Yeah.
Now, I had McD's sauces in my fucking stash of extra dips, right? Because anytime you get extra dips, you're just like, fuck it.
you
Like,
see
lots
it.
of
My
the
fridge.
colours.
Oh yeah, everyone's got like at least 5 of them just sitting in the wee cubby bits in the front of your fridge
Got a
door.
couple barbecues in there.
So yeah, I made the chicken nuggies, and yeah, it tasted just like McD's. I wonder how much of that was the sauce as well.
Yeah.
Because
But the thing is as well, I'm not convinced as well as it. I'm not convinced it's all chicken that goes in them nuggies anyway.
Yeah.
But I think the interesting thing is trying like the fake beef burgers and that as well. I don't know.
Everyone says it's a
notice-
texture thing. It's not so much the taste is bad, but
I think it's like you probably start to notice more how much of your processed shite is probably filled out with a lot of stuff like that, because there is that kind of similarity between the two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Like, we'll see what happens at the end of the month. I think like the only thing I'm missing, which would keep me off the meat full stop, would be the cheese and the eggs.
Yeah.
Because that way I can't have a pizza because I can't have any cheese, right? And Nate, who's been in touch quite a lot, shout out to Nate, he's been messaging me a lot this week, seeing how things are going, just checking in. And he said, like, the vegan cheese was really shit and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
so
I haven't been able to find any. Asda's don't seem to have any of that.
how are you?
Really?
How are you noticing any different? Do you feel different at all? Sort of third of the way through.
I don't really feel any different. Like, you know, folks say, well, do you feel more tired than that? But to be honest, like, it's kind of hard to say because I am so fucking busy at the moment. Like, I'm not able to, like, stop. But honestly, I can't say I'm, like, pure on my knees or anything like that because I'm not getting, you know, any meat or dairy in my diet. So, nah, it's going cool. I think the only thing is just the pizza. I could live with it, the burgers and that, but...
What kind of nuggets were they?
Corn chicken nuggets.
Corn chicken nuggets. All right, I want to try them.
But I nearly fucked up, boys, because I bought the corn vegetarian bacon.
Yeah.
And then as I was cooking about 3 slices of it, I looked on the back and I was like,
not suitable for vegan.
It's got dehydrated egg white powder in it. So I was like,
bin it.
I had to chuck it in the bin.
Oh, no.
Just 2 Linda McCartney sauces on a roll. It was very, very sad.
I can just imagine you sitting there begrudgingly eating just your sausage roll.
Yeah, and it was, do you know, the thing that made it worse was while I was eating it, do you know when you have like a sausage roll and it's got like 2 link sausages in it? And as soon as you bite into it, all the ketchup and that shoots out, so splattered all over my clean joggies.
Oh, no.
And then as I took my plate back up to the counter, I fucking stubbed my toe because I'd left my big thing, like my rack gearbox on the floor. I stubbed my toe on that, and as I bent down and stood up, I cracked my head on the open cupboard as well. It was like something out of a fucking comedy show, man. Like,
I'd have been like, give me a pizza right now.
I was just sat there, just so sad. I didn't even get any bacon. Just fucking ruined my clean joggies. Just put it on. Do you know what I mean? Just everything going wrong.
I've been embracing being a bit of a fat bastard since I've been able to put decent food past my lips again. So I've got myself set for my healthy living as of tomorrow back at work. But
yeah,
I might nip into Morrison's, get a wee. See, that's now Andy's mentioned that, a wee cheesy pizza.
I know. I was gonna get some pizza last night, but we decided against it. But
there's no hate that when you're like building up for a takeaway, and then one of you doesn't seem sort of keen. You're like, I didn't want to eat one by myself.
Oh no, I will, but but Connie wasn't feeling well either, and I was like, and then we went to Tesco, and I was like, no, we got some fish. I was like, let's get semi-healthy stuff.
Shite away.
Yeah, this shit. It's not nice. So wait, did the bacon, did that smell like bacon? Because you know when you cook bacon, the whole house smells like bacon.
Yeah.
It looked like little thin slices of wet clay. It was
It's got that little grey colour, yeah.
No, like that sort of red kind of terracotta-y sort of brownie colour. It just, I don't know what to, do you know what it actually looked like? See, if you unpeeled them all one by one, they looked like insoles that you would put inside your shoes.
Oh, no.
They just looked fucked, man. But yeah, I had to chuck that in the bin. I was absolutely gutted. So that was 170 wasted.
Speaking of bacon, I said on here before, I got Connie an air fryer for Christmas, and we've been using the shit out of that. I love that thing.
My cousin was sitting talking. I went to see my cousin yesterday, and he was fucking swearing by the air fryer.
They're great, and just so you can put bacon in them too, which is awesome. I mean, you should be able to because you fry bacon, but all that fat just drips off. You got less grease
that's
bacon.
why I went and got the cheeky George Foreman.
Yeah,
and I forgot for years, man. My mum and dad used to have one. It was like a big massive grill and then a hot plate on the side. Get your entire cooked breakfast done in 5 minutes.
Was that a George Foreman?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, this was back in the day. But I've just got the wee mini one, found it in the wee the fun aisle in Lidl for $20. I was like, poof, get in my basket. Thanks very much.
Get in my basket.
Get in my basket, you wee bastard. But so let me put this. I've shared this on Facebook, but I want to self-indulge myself for a bit. Okay. So a couple of weeks ago, start of last month, I got tagged in something by a good friend ran a marathon for something called So You Think You're Funny. And it was a competition for new comedians at a place called the Gilded Balloon in Edinburgh. I keep forgetting my actual name, but I was accepted in one of the heats.
Oh, nice.
So I've got to perform a 5-minute set at the Gilded Balloon in Edinburgh, along with a fucking rake of other, I don't know, loads. Yeah. Said it's absolutely rammed. The Edinburgh one's absolutely rammed this year.
Oh, God.
I don't know if it's off the back of Kevin Bridges hitting a peak. Billy Connolly's been on the telly a lot, and Daniel Sloss has really booted off in the last couple of months. So I don't know if there's maybe just a big wave of Scottish comedians coming through. I've always thought we were the funniest race in the world. But
our Twitter's the best.
Oh, Scottish Twitter's fucking...
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
It was the best thing I seen. It was talking about the boy that Celtic took on loan, that Timo Weah. And somebody's like, we should just keep him at the end of the day, at the end of the season. What are PSG going to do? Phone the police. But so It's like, I don't know how many heats there is, but they go on May to July, and then the grand final gets held in Edinburgh around the time of the festival, and there's also like a possible cash prize of a couple of grand,
Nice.
a possible trip to Montreal.
Ooh, it's a
So
comedy festival.
yeah,
Oh, that's
so I've got no massive ambitions. I signed up. I'm doing it. I'm going to do it in front of things. So
Got to be in it to win it, man.
tickets are free. I'll start sharing the information. See if anybody fancies a wee trip through Edinburgh on a Sunday evening.
So have you started preparing some new content, new material?
Well, I've got the bits that I've done before. I don't want to sit and try and do loads of new stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and go on the stuff that I've done and rejig it. Because I've had to take my vapist joke out since Kevin Bridges fucked me over on that one.
Ah.
But I've got stuff that I've done in like my very first one at Blend that I'm going to try and rework now that I'm a bit more confident about how to structure it and how to speak. So
you can still use the vapist one and just build that into the joke. Just be
Well,
like,
that's-
look, Kevin Bridges did this after
yeah,
me.
I don't know. I think I'm going to bin that bit off. I think I've got a few bits that I'm going to chuck
You stole
in.
it, didn't you? Is that why?
You can't. You'll not be able to sell it as a joke properly if you didn't believe in it.
No,
There's
that's,
point. If
that's
you-
what
if-
I'm saying. It's like
just didn't do
the thing
it.
is as well. See, after watching his bit, it was like watching somebody have sex with your missus, but do it a lot better than you do. Like his joke was a million times funnier than my jokes. So I've got a few bits written down. So I've got 3 months to sort of write and practice and shape. So
I would want to get myself on a schedule, like a writing schedule. At least like have one night a week where I'm like, you know what, I'm going to practice and then try and add something in
the one thing
every week.
the one thing I struggled with in all the times I performed at Blend was that when I've practiced by myself, it's really off-putting because you can't play off the crowd. You can't pick when a laugh's going to go in or how long that laugh's going to go on for.
Yeah, I found that
Like
hard too.
speaking into an empty room is really fucking strange. So I'm going to just do what I did. I'm going to write it. Megan got me a nice wee leather blue book, like notebook for my Christmas. It's got the master plan written on it. So I've been starting to write bits in there. I've got my phone full of notes. So my aim is to get everything down that I want to be in there, and then at this sort of middle of March, start actually piecing together the full set, and then maybe squeeze in another Blend performance before I go to Edinburgh.
Nice, man.
Scary biscuits, man. Scary
You're
biscuits.
testing out your material at the blend crowd, blending, standing
Yeah,
out.
so buzzing, man. Fucking buzzing.
That's awesome sauce.
Got to do it, man. Got to be in it to win it.
Scary biscuits. But aye, that's me. So I'll get, if anyone's keen, anyone fancies a trip through Edinburgh for a swally, and get enough people, maybe organise a bus or something, a monkey sword fight crew. But aye, that's me. So Mikey Dots, what we got going on this week?
Been taking a break from social media.
Yeah.
I tried to do it I was going to do it till March, and there's no way I could do it. So just after the Patriots won, I was like, I cannot sit on Twitter all day and see them celebrating and doing all that bullshit. So I had to give it a break. And then I was actually like going through withdrawals like around midweek. I was like, oh shit, I need to check out what's going on. So much shit happened, like Liam Neeson, which we'll talk about.
Yeah.
Want to hear the jokes about that. The whole thing with 21 Savage as well, being from England. That happened, and then there was a couple of other things that happened too, where I was like, I want to see what Twitter's saying about this. But I made it to today, and even now I've signed back into it on my phone, and then even Instagram, I had Instagram locked out too. I didn't want to see that, and I was like, you know what, not really missing too much here. I had a couple of quick scrolls. I've been at work all day too, but I had a couple of quick scrolls, and I was away from my desk eating in the kitchen, of course, the smelly kitchen at work, and I don't really miss it, but. And it kind of came off the back of watching more news about how screen time is like bad for kids. I try not to be on my phone around my daughters too much anyway, but just about how they try and trick you, try to hack your brain, and I don't want that to happen. So
Well,
taking a break.
That's like what freaked me out. My phone's definitely listening to me. So like, I've not had a cold sore for about 6 years.
Yeah.
And then I got one, and next thing on my Facebook, up pops a fucking V.A.R advert.
Oh.
I was like, I've never seen one of these in my puff. And then I bought a pair of football boots a couple of weeks back, and my phone has been littered. My Instagram feed's littered with like football boot sales.
Well, did you buy them on your phone though?
No, I bought them in a shop.
But were you looking them up though?
No,
Really?
no.
Oh, okay, that's weird.
That's like creeped me out a little bit. So,
But isn't that what we want? Don't you want that?
Yeah, I want easy access. I've got nothing to hide on my phone. And if they try and rob me, they're going to be very depressed. Like,
If you could just talk about something and then something appears in front of you, you're like, all right, I do want to buy this at a decent price. There we go.
like, if a Nigerian prince wants to try and steal my money or offer me 40 million pounds, he's going to be very depressed
Did he email you too? That guy?
when he logs into my bank account and sees my £18.50
That happens a lot with Amazon. I feel like you search for one thing on Amazon, and then for the rest of the month, it's like, do you want to buy this?
Yeah. People who looked at this also looked at this.
Oh, another thing that came up over the time where I was trying, this past week when I was trying to avoid social media, was the whole thing with Jeff Bezos. Have you heard about this?
No.
So Jeff Bezos, the guy who owns Amazon.
Oh yeah, actually,
Yeah. So he got caught cheating on his wife, and he was text messaging, sending D-pics to some lady, married lady, and so now I think it was the Inquirer that got a hold of him.
National Enquirer.
National Enquirer got a hold of him. Basically, wrote him a letter to like extort him. They're just kind of like, yeah, these won't make a lot of day if they wanted money or they wanted something. And he wrote this big thing on Medium, just kind of saying like, basically like, fuck you, I'm not paying you. And if I, with all this money that I have, if I can't say fuck you, then what about it? Nobody else in the world stands a chance. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what Kevin Hart did as well. You mind the woman tried to extort him. He's like, nah.
No, I don't care.
Just talking about unfaithful husbands. Have you seen the new Paddy Power advert?
No.
With Ryan Giggs' brother.
Oh, I did see the advert for today.
Oh my God, that is possibly some of the best marketing I have ever seen in my entire life.
But explain. Have you seen it?
So
though?
yeah.
Explain what it is. And then I'll ask
so basically, Ryan Giggs, famous footballer, Welsh footballer.
Yeah.
A few years back, it's got to be about 7 or 8 years now.
Oh, more than that.
10 years
yeah,
maybe.
at
A
least.
fair whack of time. Turns out he was at it with his brother's wife.
His brother's
His
wife.
brother's wife. So
That's
he was
dirty.
he was like skipping training sessions and going back to the house and getting it on and all that shit.
Yeah.
That was it. Maybe a hiccup in his career. Kept playing football, retired. Now he's
Yeah.
a Wales manager, doing all right. I can. But so Paddy Power, renowned for their patter, have employed Rodri Giggs as their loyalty ambassador. So
that's the brother, yeah.
that's the brother's the
Okay.
one in the advert. So there's all these like sly digs without actually mentioning anything. There's all these sly, like in the background of the pub he goes into, there's a sign that says the Wandering Cock.
Oh,
And he's like, I always watch my national team, and then shows a bit of Wales getting beaten as the commentator's like, questions will be asked of the manager, and Rodri Giggs starts smirking and shit like that. You know what I mean? So it's just clearly he's got over it.
no.
And Paddy Power have always said to him, like, we will give you a fucking rake of cash.
Is he still with the wife?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, it's split up.
But
okay.
like the advert is possibly like Paddy Power's numbers must have shot up. Like I almost just downloaded the app just for like and left Willie Hill. Just be like, come on, that Patter's sensational.
I love Paddy Power.
Like, but
That's why I bet with Paddy Power, because it's all about the patter.
well,
really, man.
the Patter.
Their app is pretty terrible though. But
I know, but like it was the same like when they put. Did you see all the
I
signs
do.
they put up around around Dublin when they were playing England in the rugby the other week?
no.
They had all these signs up like taking the piss out of them for Brexit and this, that, and the next thing. And then after England beat them at the rugby, they put on their Instagram, does anyone know anyone in Dublin that can take down some billboards really quick? But oh man, I thought that was absolutely sensational
That's awesome
marketing.
planning.
We'll stick that advert up on the Facebook page.
Oh, good idea.
Because
good
it
idea.
is. I was about in kinks. Absolutely brilliant. You touched on though. So screen time for your kids.
Yeah.
So have you been like reducing the girls' screen time or sort of managing it with yourself?
You know what's crazy, right? Like, I'm always trying to do that, but sometimes it's difficult where it's like if they want to watch TV, it's kind of like, oh, am I just going to turn off all the screen? And like screen time means TV as well, because a lot of the time when they were talking about on the news, they're like, oh, kids are playing Fortnite for 8 hours a day. I was like, my daughters, they like Fortnite, but they would not play it for 8 hours a day.
My
they
boy
wouldn't
can't-
do anything for
my
8
boy
hours a
can't
day.
sit still for that long.
Exactly, yeah. But they like to watch Netflix on their phones, and they like to on their devices or whatever. And it's like, I'm not going to take that off them so that they can watch TV. But the last couple of times, we would just go to the library and we get books, and they're like, I don't know if they're my daughters or not, because they're like keen to go to the library. I fucking hated the library.
I used to love going to the library when I was wee. It was like a proper thing. Can go and get your books, but
Yeah.
my boy can't read a book himself because he can't sit still.
Yeah.
But what I do is when I get him on a Wednesday, I read to him before he goes to bed.
Okay.
And then the same if I've got him over the weekend on a Friday, I'll read to him on Saturday. He gets to watch his tablet until a certain time,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
that's it. But the way I see it is like my boy's at like 3 different sports clubs through the week, and then plays football Saturday, Sunday. So as long as his homework's done, see on the nights he's not at a sports club, what
Crack on.
you do exactly
Yeah,
what you want, pal. I know
exactly.
for a fact you're out doing other things, and as well as that, it's a lot of the ways that kids socialise nowadays.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
although they're sitting and playing computer games, they're still talking to their pals.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like they've got all their mates are sitting in a party, so you're actually spending more time with your mates than you did maybe when you were younger.
Maybe, yeah.
Because I was lucky enough, I had a load of pals that lived in my street, But where my boy stays with his mum, there's not really any other kids on the street, so the only way that he's going to get to see his pals outside of his clubs is playing Fortnite or playing Xbox on the Switch or whatever the fuck they're playing now.
That's a good point, because my girls, they'll go gymnastics and swimming, and my oldest daughter plays she plays the trumpet, so she always has that. By the time she gets home from school, finishes her homework, we have dinner, and then she does like her trumpet practice, because it was like 300 pounds for the trumpet. I was like, you're fucking practicing.
Yeah,
that
you
thing
better be
every
fucking
goddamn
good at
night. And she actually is getting really good. Like, she's playing Baby Shark the other day, and I was like, is that you playing that right there? But she's
the Baby Shark remix.
I know, right? I was beatboxing over it and shit. No, but by the time she gets all that done, I'm kind of like, yo, you got an hour left. I was like, if you want to be on your phone for an hour, and then the other morning, like, I came out of the shower and trying to get them in the shower to get them ready for school, and they were reading on the couch, and I was like, oh, this is fucking awesome.
Well, it's really trying as well. Like, folk on, like, sometimes you sit with your significant other and you're just sitting on your phones for a bit. Like, we've kind of got this unwritten agreement that, like, when we get in, there's like an hour after you get in from work or get in from the gym, you cook dinner, and then just sit and flick through your phone just to fucking decompress.
Yeah.
And then you can sit and spend time with somebody. Do you know what I mean? But, like, I think it's important to, like, I read my phone when I wake up in the morning. First thing I do is check my phone. Yeah. And it's more a way of me sort of easing myself into being conscious. Yeah. Like, I know it's time to get up.
It's like coffee.
Yeah.
It's like part of your coffee.
It's time to get up when I don't have to squint to read the letters on my phone. Once I can fully read everything, I'm like, right, cool, I'm able to be awakened now.
Yeah. No, yeah, it is. It's part of everyone's day. But it's like, I always get concerned because I was like, I don't want them to be on there too much. But even the school, like, and you'll probably notice, they have that app. What's it called? Some Dog?
Some Dog, yeah.
Yeah, and then you can interact. I think you can interact with other kids in your class or something. So they're kind of forcing them to technology.
Well, I think it's not even so much forcing them, but they're trying to take advantage of the fact that they know
that
almost every kid has a tablet or access to a tablet, and they're using it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I know my kid doesn't spend too much time on it. He spends a lot of time on it, but I know for a fact he's fit and healthy and active.
Yes.
And which you know what I mean? Like my Riley started playing chess with my dad. We go and see my mum and dad every Wednesday after school. And him and my dad have a game of chess. And the first wee while it was my dad letting him win or giving him tips. Now my dad has to actually think to try and beat Riley.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, son, if you want to sit on your phone, you fucking watch as much YouTube as you want.
Your dad's probably saying the same thing. Yeah, dumb that kid down a little bit. He's getting too smart.
He's going to
kicking the crap out of me.
Fuck us over. No, it is important though. But then, like I say, I think it's just, if that's your go-to, is just letting your kid plug in without any interaction, without anything, like, then that's just lazy parenting.
Yeah. My daughters, like, they're just fucking funny. I just like listening to them. That's why I'm sometimes like, put that thing down. Let's have a conversation because you make me laugh. It's all selfish. That's it.
Yeah. I'm the exact same. Like, Riley's one of the cleverest little bastards I know. So I have to smack him around a bit so he just maybe smack him. Yeah, he's on a bump. You're going to get bullied, son.
Speaking of bullied, Liam Neeson wanted to bully some black folks.
Yeah,
did he recently?
I've sort of made a point of not reading any of this because it just seems like
why? How could you miss it?
Well, no, I've seen it and I've gotten bits of it, and I can almost understand why people are upset. I can definitely understand why people are upset.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it's one of these things where I feel like I've got a feeling that might have been taken out of context. Like,
it wasn't.
Oh, was it not? Right. So please film me because I've just like.
So his newest movie, I don't know what it's called, but it's a typical Liam Neeson movie like he's done over the last 5-10 years where...
Ever since Taken's come out. And he's
somebody in his family gets hurt or kidnapped and he goes on a tear killing everybody. So he's just, you know how they do like the press junkets where they go around to different places? Well, they stay in one place. And different media companies come in and they ask him questions. So someone asked him, have you ever wanted to take revenge on somebody? And he goes off on talking about this story about how a friend of his, this is in Ireland, a friend of his got raped, and he was like, oh, who was it? Do you know who it was? He's like, was it a black guy or was it a black person? And she was like, yes. So then he said, I walked out for a week with some type of a weapon. I don't know what he said.
A shillelagh.
What's a shillelagh?
It's just an Irish stick.
Oh, shillelagh. He goes around with a shillelagh. And he's like, I looked for a black person for a week, just hoping that someone would provoke me so that I could kill him. And I was like, if you had just taken black out of that and just said, I was looking for someone to kill because I was so angry that my friend got raped, Liam Neeson, you're cool.
Yeah.
But why? Why did we have to go there?
I what it is. Every time I sort of got the gist from people, I was just like, I'm not going to like waste my time on this story. Like, it's like, it just seems like It's just
Rage of
stupid.
the day
Yeah,
kind of
it was
thing,
just. There's no even. I understand why people are upset because, at the same time as well, Liam Neeson is like, you've been doing this for a long time now, mate.
Silly.
Like, let's just fucking think about what you're about to say.
Well, it just comes like, it just seems like no matter. It seems silly to me that he kind of volunteered this information.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like anyone can get caught up.
It's
in
not
anything.
as if Liam Neeson, you ever had any racist tendencies?
right?
It's like.
Name a time. It was like an interview.
Name
Name
a
a time when you wanted to kill a black person. Well, it's funny you asked that.
I think just because, like, you know, he's obviously said like a black guy had done it. Then he's left the second half of his or the second sentence of the statement a little bit
ambiguous.
Yeah, I guess so, because he then says he was around looking for somebody to kill. Did he mean just anyone to kill, or did he specifically mean a black person to kill?
He said a black guy. He said I was looking for a black person to kill.
Oh, he said that explicitly?
He did, yeah.
Oh, well.
It's just weird. It's just, why would you offer that information?
It was the same. It reminds me of. Do you remember that time there was a guy Glenn Hoddle years ago?
Well, the thing would be, why would any one person
exactly
matter? That's the crazy thing about the state.
It's just dumb.
Yeah,
and then
it makes zero sense to me at all.
And
Like
then John Barnes, I think he was on Sky News. Is it John Barnes? He's a black football player.
Yeah.
He's kind of, I don't know, what is his role now? Because every time there's like a black and white issue, he seems to pop up and be like the center of it.
Yeah, he's just a person of prominence who
not like I don't have to
speak out about,
and he's like
all sorts of different things.
He's a black guy with like an immigrant
I'm not sure
background as well.
what exactly John Barnes does these days as a job or a role or whatever he does
me
after
neither.
football now.
He's just a pundit.
But he was saying, "Oh, we should be applauding him because he said that because people." This happened a while ago, I guess, and he was like, "People change and blah blah blah." And it's like, I don't applaud. This is going to tie in with another topic I put in there about the Gucci sweater. Have you guys seen this?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it kind of looks like blackface. It's kind of like, and this is the same thing with the H&M kid. How do we get to this point where you're either volunteering this information or
You're making these stupid mistakes.
Or, yeah.
How
in
is-
2019 are you
Listen,
beginning to these mistakes?
Sometimes people just don't think before they open their mouth.
Yeah.
Maybe he thought what he was going to say was going to be funny, but the person
Well,
hasn't
have you-
laughed
have
or
you
whatever.
ever-
We don't know what the atmosphere in the room was like. You know, you see words on a bit of paper. Was it filmed?
It was.
So he's actually filmed. Like,
There's definitely audio of it because I heard it on a podcast, so there must be video of it as well.
It just like you say, it's just
what the fuck?
it's just like it's
I know you try. I tried, and
You're trying to
that's my
reason it.
natural instinct to just. They call it shooting bail. I try to shoot him some bail and be like, he couldn't have been thinking that. And then you hear it and you're like,
Well, it's the same as
what?
like it's the same like when Megan reads me a story from like some corrupt or some arsehole American politician or whatever.
How dare you.
And they do something, and I'm like, well, why did they do that? Because I want to know, even if I don't agree with the reasoning, what is their justification for it? And half the time it's just like, well, they said this, and I'm like, oh, that doesn't make sense
Yeah,
either.
it
So
can't be
like,
that.
no, yeah, it's like, so yeah, I don't think that's probably why I've avoided it, because I've just been like, you know what, it will just confuse and frustrate me as to why someone thought I'll say these words and it'll probably all be fine.
Well, with the Gucci thing that I was referring to earlier, it's for people who haven't seen it. It's like a turtleneck, but when you roll it all the way up over your face, it has like big red lips on it, and it kind of looks like blackface. So people were saying that they purposely do these things because the African, specifically the African American community, are very active on social media, and that outrage does turn into sales. You know what I mean? People, it's just Gucci this and Gucci that, and there's Gucci everywhere, and it's kind of people still go, all right, well, I'm going to still buy Gucci. It just keeps it. What are you laughing?
No, I just think I was more offended by the fact that they were charging $650 for what is essentially an extended turtleneck.
Yeah,
that
well,
is all
I'll put
black.
a picture. I'll put a picture of it on the Facebook page. It is a horrible looking
It's
thing.
awful.
Oh, I'm going to see if I can have a quick look.
Yeah, I got a picture of it here.
All right.
Again, I'll put a picture
my
of it
God.
on the Facebook page. But
Who the fuck is we?
anyone not double and triple checking things before you say something publicly, you have issues and you deserve to get in trouble.
Listen, we'll see if all the famous rappers stop wearing the Gucci sweaters and the flip flops and all
Yeah,
that. Then we'll
Gucci
see.
fucking toilet bags and fanny packs and all that shit. Aye.
I know Soulja Boy was just running around with a Gucci headband.
We're seeing that.
Listen,
no,
it's also very easy to be offended about something that you can't afford.
that's true.
Yeah,
Do you not remember as well though when
I'm boycotting Gucci. I'm not buying that 650 pound shit.
Do you not remember when all the rappers started boycotting Cristal? because the owner of Cristal came out and said that he wasn't happy with the way it was portrayed in that.
That was kind of a blessing in disguise, I think, because now you got guys like Jay-Z and 50 Cent. They were like, you know what, I'm just gonna be a sponsor, or I'm gonna represent another champagne. You know what I mean? And something I can probably make a little money off of.
Yeah.
So that helps them out at least.
Yeah, that's thing. I think that's probably why I've just not put any time into it, because I'm just like, you know what,
We'll forget about it by this time next week.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
Saying that, it's really annoying. Now I really want to go and watch Taken, because that's a fucking great film.
Are you going to support this man?
Not if I download it illegally and watch it, Michael.
This was before the racism, so that's fine.
Right, yeah. Anything before that, I will not see any of his new movies.
It's grandfathered in. Taken.
What was it? I've seen that there was I don't know how. Like, this is one of the headlines that I scrolled past because it infuriated me. It was like, people are asking for him to be digitally removed out of the new Men in Black film.
Who?
Liam Neeson.
Oh, was he in it?
He's like the head agent or something like that in the new Men in Black movie with Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson.
I don't think we need to go that far.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just,
We don't need a new Men in Black with fucking
That's true,
fake
too.
actors that aren't fucking
Will Smith and
that.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Hey, I got an idea. How about we just not have Men in Black? Yeah.
Stop fucking remaking shit, man.
I'll
Honestly.
agree. I'm not even going to let this get to what was I watching and listening to. I watched the new Halloween film.
Okay.
Utter pish.
What is it?
3 bananas. Utter garbage. Really good premise. Started out really well and then just like shat it towards the end. So there you go. But fucking hell, Liam Neeson. Twat.
Yeah.
Twat.
I got an idea for I know I have random spoons.
Okay.
Yeah.
So right next to our restaurants, we're going to have an Indian fast food restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guess what it's called?
Come on in.
Curry Up.
Oh, you're on a winner, Michael. I'll take that. Like, sack off random spoons, put all your eggs in this basket. All your eggs, and look at Andy.
Go to Curry Up.
Up.
Go to
Andy.
Curry Up, get a number 6.
I'm out.
Go to Curry Up, get a number 6. Go next door, get your utensils to eat it.
No, so I'm going to go out for dinner, Mike. So you're selling this. I'm the bank manager sitting here, right? Head of the table, right? My big
Oh, I haven't
chair.
gotten that far. Hold on.
And I'm sitting here and you're trying to sell me a business plan for a curry establishment where you get the curry, but then you have to go next door to your other business to get the fucking cutlery to sit and eat it.
No, wait, time out.
Okay, here we go. Here's a justification.
Wait,
Oh, he's panicking.
I'm not panicking. I just forgot the name of it. What's it called again? Random Spoons. Random Spoons is already an established business. I may not even need to go to the bank for that loan. I can just
okay.
maybe crowdfund that because everyone loves that
That's
shit.
a winner already.
But Curry Up, you don't have to go next door to get your cutlery, but it's just a fast food. Everyone loves a curry, right?
Yeah.
Why not go and why not have it on the go? Why not have it made quickly? You know what I mean? McDonald's style, like assembly line of food. Put all that stuff in there.
It's just like a giant buffet then.
Aye, so like
Like
an
the
Indian.
Indians.
Like an
No,
Indian
but
buffet.
faster. No,
So
but
it's
it's
just what you
faster.
did for
But
a
it's
buffet.
faster. It's fast food. The drive-through is like McDonald's, but for curries.
A curry up is definitely better than random spoons, mate. Like, you're definitely better.
I don't like the flat Random Spoons again. I'm gonna be honest with you. I
Because
think
it's
Random Spoons
shit,
is being-
Michael. People are like, oh, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say everyone I know has their own cutlery.
Okay. Oh, on them at all times? No.
No, but-
I was looking. This is how.
But
the
then
whole,
I'll say as well, any other place that I've went to has free cutlery.
Okay. All right. Well, agree to disagree.
I've always got a knife on me.
I Cheb. Chib.
I've
not
just got
Cheb.
I've got a toothpaste brush with a melted blade in it, so
You've been in jail, son.
yeah, I've got it right on my prison wallet right now, bro.
Oh my God.
So fucking hell.
Curry Up, coming to
Curry
it.
Up, bro.
Maybe we could put it in St. Catherine Shopping Center over there. Is
I'll
that
take
Phil?
curry up, man.
Will you?
I'll take curry up. I'm on board with curry up, like
All right.
definitely on board with curry up.
Do you want to? Well, why don't we do watching and listening to since you
Since
go
I
out a
don't
joint
win.
here?
Yeah, let's do it.
Living recklessly.
What have you been watching or listening to this week?
What'd you watch, Mike?
I watched Split. Remember that movie
Yeah.
with James
James McAvoy,
Yeah. So we watched Unbreakable, and then Kanye watched Split, and she was like, "Oh, you got to watch it." So go blah blah. I did watch it. I thought it was all right. I didn't. You were telling me about there's like a thing at the end. There's a twist at the end. Was the twist? Spoiler alert. Was the twist that Bruce Willis is there?
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's why I always found it strange is that they left it 14 years to make a sequel to Unbreakable.
Yeah, but was that the intention, you think?
I think he said he'd always intended to make 3 films, but I'm not entirely sure why it took him so fucking long, because I watched Unbreakable. I think it was all right,
Yeah.
but it never had a lasting impression on me.
Do you think Split was better than Unbreakable?
Yeah, my thing is, the Split was all right. I wasn't like a massive fan of Split,
Yeah.
but I enjoyed it. I watched it on a train coming back up from London once, and it was like, that's not bad.
See, it's kind of like once he started like crawling the walls, I was like, you kind of lost me.
Yeah.
The personality things was fine. You could have stuck with that and still have been a great movie. But then when he's climbing up and it was like a mutant, and I was like,
Yeah.
running barefoot in the subway
Yeah.
and shit.
I've not heard great things about Glass either.
No, I thought you saw that.
No, I've seen Split.
Oh, okay.
My
all right,
parents
all right.
went. My parents went
Oh,
to
you
see
said your
Glass, and they
parents,
liked
yeah.
it. But like the things that I've read online have said it fails to carry it right the way through to the third act.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Are we shocked by this?
not overly.
M. Night Shyamalan. Why is he getting like another movie?
Shamalama Ding Dong.
Shyamalan.
What else you got? You got anything else?
No, that was the only thing. I've been ill. I haven't really been doing too much, so I haven't really been doing. I'm trying to think of any music I've listened to, any songs. I've been playing "In the Air Tonight," Phil Collins. Just because I heard that before the Super Bowl the other day, and like, yeah,
That's one of the best adverts ever as well. The Cadbury's gorilla playing the drums.
yes,
That was fucking great.
yeah, I love that song.
I thought it was such a stupid advert.
Exactly. That's why it was
I loved
fucking brilliant.
This is why I don't watch TV. It just annoys me. It's like, what's this going on, man? Shit.
TV does suck. But besides that, Andy Mac, what do you got?
Nothing, man. I've been working solid all week, so it's been for me listening party on Friday for the Bart Wright's EP.
How's that coming along?
Yeah, well, that was the listening party for that to sign off the mixes. So I was literally breaking my neck getting out of college on Friday, came straight down to the studio to do that. And you know what it's like in here, because there's no windows, and we specifically put no clock or anything like that in here.
Like that was intentional.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, you got your time on your phone or that if you want
Yeah,
it.
which people are looking at
But
all the time. Yeah.
came in, did the listen party, a few drinks, started getting loose in that. Before you know it, it's like, what time is it, man? It's like fucking stupid o'clock.
No.
So yeah, and yeah, just been in with the studio with the Sandemans. Got the Gyro Babies in the studio this week, and other than that, yeah, just a teaching and a lot of stuff. I can't think of anything that I've watched or listened to.
No Rogan at all? I was watching some Rogan today.
No,
actually.
I don't think so. I still haven't watched UFC from last night either.
Apparently,
catch up with you.
it was a banger. Apparently, the Anderson Silva fight was meant to be a cracker.
I've not watched the fight yet. I did have a cheeky bet on, but it was a loser, unfortunately. Yeah.
What did you have on?
Your
Well, I had-
streak's broken.
I had 2 bets. I had Adesanya to win by KO TKO in round 2. Just, I don't know, I felt that. And the other one that I had on was Anderson Silva, a win by KO TKO, which you were getting fucking 16 to 1 it like late on last night. However, after I placed it, it was only £5 on each bet, so it was only a tenner. But after that, I sort of later, I was thinking to myself, he's shown so much respect to Anderson Silva. I could imagine him not wanting to put him away.
Yeah.
I could also see a 5-round decision.
Uh-huh.
I was like, do you know what? I've gone with it now. I'm not going to go and stick another £5 in my account or whatever and stick that bet on. And I got up this morning and I was like, fucking 12-round decision. So I was like, I should have trusted my gut there at the end. So unfortunately, yeah, broke my winning streak, man. Disappointed.
Shite, man.
Gotta get on the next one. That means the next one's a winner.
Yeah.
You tell me.
I had,
Always no boys.
I've not done. I'm not much either. Like I rewatched Rick and Morty this week.
It's funny you say that. I tried putting it on the other night, but I watched the what is not the trailer? What's the first episode called? The
Pilot.
The pilot. It wasn't very good.
No, man, it gets better. It gets much better after. Like it's so unique and so well thought out and just.
All right, I'll give it a
I
shot.
was like, yeah, push through. Like the second and third season are some of the best.
I may just start there.
There's an episode in the third season called Pickle Rick, and it won an award. Like it was some of the best cartoon I've ever seen in my life.
It's supposed to be funny though.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's just a bit weird, a bit different. I think it might be there, it might be not, but it looks
Yeah.
fucking good. And then
I've heard good things.
the only other thing, you'll like this one, Mike. Cardi B,
Yeah.
Money.
Yes.
Oh,
Love that song.
what a song!
Yeah.
And I hate myself every time it comes on, but I can't. I don't know because I just can't. I feel like it should. I should think it's shit, but I can't argue with it. I'm all over that.
Queen Cardi, respect her.
Okay. And I've been listening to a lot of. I got right back into The Fighter and the Kid. They had a comedian called Chris D'Elia on
He's quite
the other week, and like when Brendan Shaw, Brian Callen, and Chris D'Elia get in a room together, it's just silliness.
Yeah.
And I was absolutely killing. I was wetting myself laughing. Other than that, I was listening to the Johnny Vaughan podcast as well. That guy's got like a direct link to my Funny Bone, man. Like
Johnny Vaughan?
Johnny Vaughan, he's like the sort of the drive time DJ on Radio X.
Okay.
And it's him and his pal Gavin Woods, and they've been doing it for like 30 years, the radio together, and like their chemistry is just amazing. And it's so daft, and it's full of so many in jokes. But I've been listening for that long now that like I'm dying in my car listening to it. Deadly, absolutely deadly.
Deadly.
But aye, this slow week. Was Mike getting his scuddies up?
Nay, bad at all. All right, darling.
Is that a picture of Mike's mum?
My mom listens to this.
So there's my mum. Andy makes jokes about my mum.
That's terrible. What?
That's not who it was.
No.
Oh, right.
Sorry.
That other
Just keep
person.
it moving. Just keep it moving, boys.
Sorry. Yeah.
Just
Edit
caught me
that
off
out,
guard.
We'll be going to a little bit of
Braw or no?
yeah.
Braw or no? Braw or no? Braw or no?
We had a couple come in on the post, didn't we?
Yeah, I'll see him pull them up.
I put 2 on there just because, as part of, as I was talking about before, the sandwiches that were brought up by the staff at my job. One of them was coronation chicken, but with raisins. Coronation chicken with
I'm
raisins.
sure we've done that before.
Oh, have we?
Yeah,
All right,
and
probably.
it's a resounding no from me.
It was a no, yeah. I also had salads with fruit.
I
Did you
think
do
we
that
talked
too?
about that as well, yeah.
Oh,
that was
shit.
all the time that you discussed salad with mayonnaise in it.
The only
There we
fruit
go.
salad you should have is the sweeties. Remember the ones that I like?
For real.
Chewits.
No, I mean like
yeah.
a salad, like so, like
Yeah, I know what you
lettuce,
mean,
cucumber,
but-
and everything with like raspberries or some shit in there. No,
No.
nah, me neither.
No.
Fuck that.
That's 3, is it 2 quick-fire no's?
Yeah, sorry, I must have been.
There's also in the Monkey Sword Fight messages on Facebook, one's from Chris Casser, I think, from last week.
Okay, well, let's touch those first, and then we'll
Because
crack
I
on.
think he sent them in well in time, but I never checked it before
Yeah, I
I
think
came
we actually
down.
forgot.
I missed it, so I was like, fuck, I'll get them in next week, mate.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
But, yeah.
Chris Cassar. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right. So thanks, Chris, for sending these in. Stone Island, the clothing brand. Braw or no?
Bro.
Bro, aye.
Why is it Braw, though?
That's just like good gear.
What Chris said, is it decent designer gear or overpriced clothes for Neds and middle-aged men who still want to be Neds?
I think it comes with any sort of clothing can have its own stigma, but that doesn't really bother me. If I like something, I wear it, and most Stone Island gear that I see looks smart as fuck, so
Yeah.
I'll have me some of that.
I've always done decent jumpers.
Aye.
Always done a decent jumper.
How much did it cost?
Not too
Depends where you
much.
get them. I do is if you get the newer stuff. I was like,
Can you buy fake stuff?
50
I
quid.
want a fake one.
Maybe 60 quid.
hey, you definitely get some fake stuff. Nip down the barras, man.
What's Barras?
The Barralands.
Oh, okay.
The
Why
Barras.
so closed down there?
Oh,
Fake
you
clothes, I
fucking want in the barras, like. Anyone else? Was that the only ones from Chris Cassar?
Yeah, that was the only
Okay,
one.
so we got ones from our Eastern correspondent, we can call her, Claire Courtney. China's in the East.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Right, nice.
You checking in with me? Yeah.
Yeah, just,
I
what's
think
your-
so.
What's your
Yeah.
geography like, bro? Cornflakes.
Bro.
Definitely, bro.
Yeah.
With or without sugar?
Or with a bit of sugar on the
I
top.
don't
Like.
like sugar. Don't
What about
put sugar.
bananas in there?
You can do. Like, yeah, it tastes all right. I wouldn't personally do it, but it doesn't taste
Do you
bad.
prefer to soak them with milk or just enough milk that they're still crunchy?
Sort of half and half, but they've
Yeah.
still got to be crunchy. But you've got to have enough milk in there. You can't be leaving them too dry.
Too
Okay.
dry. Never your
Yeah.
dry cornflakes, can
Nah, man.
Maybe likes the red
Was that
cornflake.
Braw cornflakes?
Bro.
Definitely, bro. Yeah.
Next one then. Alan Partridge.
I'm not sure who
Oh.
that is.
Steve Coogan's sort of like his like it was one of his first characters.
Yeah, legend.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I think Steve Coogan's one of the funniest men on the planet. Like
Alan Partridge. What does he do? Oh,
he's
I've
like
seen
a
this guy before,
fictional
yeah.
radio host character played by is he radio host? Aye.
Yeah.
And he's just a bit like cringy sort of. He was the probably the original David Brent type
Yeah, without
character.
a doubt. Yeah.
That's all like just a bit of a twat.
Yeah.
Not so much an egomaniac, but very self-assured. And you hear about the story of him and Liam Gallagher?
No.
They were out partying years ago. Just as it, so I may find this funny, but Liam Gallagher and Steve Coogan were out partying, and they woke up one morning. Liam Gallagher wakes up, there's a shape in bed next to him. He's like, "Oh, you fucker, who's this?" And Steve Coogan just whips the cover off and goes, "Aha!" A deep dive for us. So I'm gonna go Braw for Alan Partridge.
Yeah, and also shout out to Steve Coogan, because that character Alan Partridge has been around a long
I know
time.
he keeps dipping in every now and again
Yeah.
with new stuff as well.
Yeah.
That's probably for the late 90s.
Yeah.
Early
So,
2000s.
Braw from me.
Nice, that's a Braw for me as well. Right, this one's not so much a Braw or not, but like we'll get to these because he's given us two other questions.
Right, okay.
I think these are more like sort of dividing opinions, so we'll get to those in a little bit.
Shape it as a bra or no?
Fuck off.
Shape it.
Oh, shape
it.
Shape yourself, you prick. Stevie Max put roll safe. I don't know what that is.
Roll
safe.
Roll safe is the guy, you would have seen the meme where it's the guy who's kind of pointing to his head, and it's like a BBC documentary. He's like a fake rapper.
Okay.
I've
yeah.
seen a little bit of the documentary. It's pretty funny.
I don't know what
rough
it is,
for
so I
me.
can't possibly comment. And then Mark Miller's jumped in there with Granny Smith apples.
I don't know what a
Kim,
Granny Smith apple
it's
is.
a green apple.
Oh, I know. I couldn't tell the difference between that and any other green apple. So
Well, it's the famous green apple is a Granny. It's like they're sort of like
okay.
they're like a darker green
all right.
and they kind of sour tasting.
No, I like.
I
red
like a pink lady.
Do you?
I like taking a big chunk out of a pink lady.
Hi-oh.
More about the Royal Galas.
Royal Galahad. Right. Well, okay. So that was we're going. No.
No.
I'm going to say no.
Nah, I'm gonna
I
say
didn't
no.
really like apples that much. Anyway.
Nah. Right, okay, so I'll go into Claire's questions here. So we'll go live because this might spark a bit of debate if anybody's on Facebook on a Sunday
Our
evening.
newest segment, Claire's Questions.
Claire's questions. Right, when you're making a cup of tea,
I don't drink tea, so
Right,
I'll just
okay.
leave this one to you boys.
do you drink tea, Mike?
Rarely.
Okay, so do you go milk and then tea bag and then water, or tea bag and then water then milk?
That just seems weird. Putting milk, then tea bag, cold milk, and then water?
Nah, you put the tea bag in first,
Sacrilege.
pour the hot water over it, let that stew, squeeze
Yeah.
it out a bit, and then put a dash of milk in.
Yeah.
However, with coffee, milk and coffee first, stir that shit up, make yourself a little...
No, that's wrong.
No,
That's
you're-
false.
How's
And
that?
That's incorrect.
No, that's not instant coffee, that's how you do it.
No, you don't. You make the coffee and then you put anything else in after that.
I disagree.
You're wrong.
I will fuck you up.
Okay.
So that's I think we both agree on that one, Claire. If you ever watch this, or you will listen, I imagine. On your
You better.
Did you see a wee segue? Did you see that video she put up on her Facebook?
No.
The random Chinese lady staring her down on the train.
Yeah. I couldn't deal with that.
Oh, that would fucking weird me out. Just purely because she's a white blonde girl in China. This woman was like full on staring at her
Yeah.
from across the train. That would have freaked me out.
How would you deal with that?
I'd get up and put her right in the chops.
No, you wouldn't.
Nah, I'd probably just like.
Would you stare back?
Yeah, I think I'd try and make it weird, like to try and make it laugh. Like I'd try and like,
Touch your nipple.
and it's like
We mentioned nipple in consecutive
Yeah.
episodes here.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay, second one from Claire. If you could produce any liquid in the world from your index fingers, what would they be? Mine's would be ready-made perfect tea
Okay.
and petrol.
What was ready-made perfect tea with the bag and the thing?
I don't know. I
first,
just
or-
imagine it's coming out fully formed.
Yeah.
So
Tea and petrol, so I'm
So-
assuming she's got one for each
one
finger.
thing, you've got two
Yeah,
index
right, okay.
fingers. So, Andy Mac, I'll fire it to you. Fire it to you first.
Petrol's a good one, though. Isn't
Petrol
it?
is a good one.
Lifetime.
Can you chuck a word on my? I need a wee minute to think about this.
Right, I
Okay.
think I'd have to agree with you on petrol.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking
All right,
brilliant.
Let's take petrol off
We'll
the
take
table.
petrol off the table, right? Okay. Can what I'd like? Fire.
Liquid.
Oh,
Liquid
I know, but
fire?
like-
What-
yeah, liquid fire. Like a flamethrower.
What is this, fucking Game of Thrones liquid fire?
I know. Oh, right, liquid. Right. I'm gonna say like ice cold iron brew out of one.
Okay.
And oh fuck.
Do you drink iron brew like that?
I've taken to iron brew extra
Oh, okay.
quite nicely.
All right.
So iron brew extra from this finger.
From the left one, specifically the left one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Guinness from this one.
Oh, get out of here.
Oh, my cold pint of Guinness.
Make some money, though. Make some money
Yeah,
with both of those.
I just
yeah.
put my finger in folks' glasses. Like,
Yeah.
that'll be £4, please. Andy Mac.
I'd probably have ice cold. This is going to sound so stupid. Like ice cold, like mineral water out of one finger because what are you going to do when the water runs out?
That's true.
Yeah, definitely. So always have water to drink. Always be sorted. Another one, I'd have like a beer of my choice.
Oh, yeah.
So
Bud Light?
probably not Mike. No. No, maybe something like
dare you.
wee Stella. I like the Guinness. I'm partial. I like drinking Guinness.
We Guinness.
But yeah, I think probably like a Stella in one hand. Stella on the left, loaded up with the fucking machine gun water on the right. Pow!
Machine gun water.
He's wanting a drink.
Did you see that? Did you see that video online? You can there's that really arsehole thing folk day when you hit your beer bottle on top of your pals
Yeah.
on it spurts at the top.
I hate
You see the video of the boy. So somebody does it to him, but as it's pointed out, he puts his finger in the top and starts squirting them.
That's the best thing to do. Hell yeah.
What about you, Mike?
Gotta have soda water coming out of one of them, right? Definitely need soda water.
Flavored soda water or just soda?
No, just regular water. What other liquid could you put in there to another liquid? Maybe like screen washing fluid.
Soda water and screen washing liquid.
You're
Yes.
shite at this.
I am. I'm terrible at this. I don't know what else I can do.
Well, here's one.
Oh no, coffee. I put coffee in there. Hot coffee.
Hot coffee.
Yeah.
You could have. I would have thought you would have just had coffee in one hand and Bud Light in the other. But
Okay, now.
I'm going off Bud Light, guys.
Oh, is this because of the
We've talked
photo?
shit.
Okay.
Nah, the craft beer is fucking swinging me. Connie got me some craft beer for our anniversary, and it's just
nice.
Nice. What'd you get her?
I got her some flowers, got her some roses. Oh, by the way, decently priced roses, because you know what's gonna happen this week? They're gonna fucking go through the roof because of the 14th. They're gonna be £99 for 12, which is ridiculous. But anyway, I got her some roses. I spent not £99, but like £70 if you're listening to this.
£9.90. What he means.
And I think that was it. Yeah, I got her some flowers.
I just nicked some at my neighbour's garden.
What's
Boom.
that?
Just nicked some at my neighbour's garden. There you go.
Oh, roses down there, huh?
Not really. I don't know. I don't give her flowers much. Not that I don't. I give her presents, but sometimes it's something more pragmatic than a bunch of flowers.
A glass full of Guinness from your finger? Is that what you get her?
Get a finger full.
Oh!
That
All
was
right,
funny.
so next, what's the next question? Was there any
Right,
more?
no, there wasn't, but I've got one for you. This is
Okay.
one of the old school ones. Would you rather fight a duck-sized horse? No, 12 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
12 duck-sized horses.
Mm-hmm.
Duck-sized horses or horse-sized duck.
Mm.
I'd probably go with the horses.
Yeah?
The duck-sized horses, yeah. Just because they'd be easy to knock over, I would think. But horses are tough. You still have to, you know.
Yeah, a good swift kick.
And plus, I have a big fear of horses. Horses and unkept grass are my biggest fears.
Unkept grass.
Unkept grass, fucking hate it.
Can you elaborate on that at all?
I just don't like unkept grass. You know what it comes from, right? I'm gonna blame all of our fears and all this shit comes from our parents.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I've from watching The Sopranos and years and years and years of therapy. All comes from my parents. So my mom always used to go on me and my sisters about like stepping in dog shit. So like she'd be like, don't walk in that grass. It's probably dog shit there. And I'd be like, all right. And now I just think there's dog shit everywhere. So I just don't like to step in grass. So now if there's any like when we played football, that was mostly kept grass, even though there would be dog shit sometimes in there. But it was kept grass for the most part. So I wouldn't mind running through there or rolling around in that. But like if I'm walking my dog somewhere and like I'm walking through the inch and it's kind of squelchy grass, you know what I mean? Which is always like that here in Scotland. My fucking my stomach's like tumbling. It's like,
Wow.
"Urgh."
Wow.
Hate it.
You soft little man.
Why is that soft?
It's just a
It's a
strange
fear.
thing.
It's a logical fear.
What were you, Andy Mac? You going to chin a duck-sized horse or?
I'd probably just take on the 12 fucking duck-sized horses. I'd just be swinging like left and right kicks, fucking
Just
all
melees.
over the place, mate.
Windmill arms.
The other thing about a tiny horse, I wouldn't really be bothered about it. It's really more like worried about it if I was behind it in close proximity to, you know, because that's how they kick you and
Yeah.
absolutely do you in.
Horses are frightening,
but
man.
they're only duck size. Depends how big the
Man, I
ducks
think
are.
ducks freakier, man.
Ducks are freaky,
Swans,
too.
no, swans.
Swans and ducks, they hiss. Yeah.
Fuck a swan.
We were, my dog got chased by a swan a couple of years ago, and then we were walking her. This is a couple of years ago, and then we were walking, and we saw some ducks and swans in some farm, and she stayed far away. She was barking at them like, ah, going crazy,
Nah, man.
petrified, like me.
Fuck a swan, like.
No, that's gross. What was your answer for that?
I went for the horse-sized duck-sized horses.
Duck-sized horses.
Yeah,
that's
I'd just be throwing kicks.
What was the one we did a couple weeks ago with the gorilla? I did one about a gorilla. Oh, it was Mike Tyson or was it Mike? Maybe I'm getting confused.
It's like 12 Mike Tysons or
One gorilla.
Oh yeah. What was the answer? What did everyone say?
I think everyone just said I would just roll over and hope they left me alone.
Fetal position. There, on the podcast I was listening to the other day, they were talking about what they were talking about the Fire Festival guy, and they were like, well, what would it take for you to get you to blow a dude? And
a gun to my head.
what if it would like save Thanos comes down, it's gonna wipe out half of humanity, but he's like, suck this peen, everything's good. You wouldn't do it? Half of humanity?
So if there's a decent chunk of change up there, man. It's 2019, do you know what I mean?
What I'd need to know would be how many folk would suck a dick to save my life before I suck one to
That's
save
selfish.
fucking yours.
That is selfish behavior.
Woo!
The show has reached a new low.
Oh, man. Oh, man, you can tell it's a Sunday.
I know.
You know, it's strange doing a podcast this early.
It is, yeah. It's getting dark out there. I can't see through the window anymore.
What we got? Have we got any sports for this week?
Just one sports.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Just to hear the theme tune.
Just the one topic. That Emilliano Sala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He recovered
Pretty
his
sad
body.
shit.
Yeah, man.
But I did hear that the team that was getting him, the team that was giving him away, were kind of like, we still want that money. Is that fair? You think?
There's got to be some.
Did he sign? Had he signed for Cardiff?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, well,
he-
then
he-
fucking
yeah,
pay me
it's
the money.
Contract. Yeah.
I think
Business is business.
I'm
mate.
not being funny. At the end of it, I
not
think
writing that off.
there's got to be. Surely, there's going to be some sort of insurance policy.
Well, on top of that, somebody's probably going to have some sort of liability clause for picking up whatever he was perhaps due to be paid in his contract or something for the family. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
again, I would assume that all falls squarely at Cardiff because they were his employer at the time.
Yeah. That's standard as well. Is like there's death in service and stuff like that. Is
Yeah.
it's a fairly standard part of a contract. Is
If
it
you
not?
worked for Royal Bank of Scotland one day and the next day you started at Royal Mail and you got run over 10 minutes into your first shift, do you think Royal Bank of Scotland would be paying out because you wouldn't be their employer?
No, I agree with like I think as well as like
Good point.
It's clearly got to be some insurance. It does suck, but yeah, Cardiff they've bought the asset. It's like you buy a mobile phone, you walk out the shop and you drop that mobile phone. Are you going to then expect?
You're comparing him to a mobile phone.
Yeah, I am.
No, I'm joking.
And like you're not going to pay, or you're not going to pay because you've dropped it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's horrible. What happened to the guy? He was 29. I didn't realize he was only 29 years old.
That's awful.
Absolutely brutal. But
And plus, everyone's just, I know he's a main name in there, but there was probably other people on that plane that passed
well, it was
away.
just him and the pilot. It was just
Oh,
a,
just
it was
them
just
two?
a two-person. He was
Oh, that's
he
sad.
was flying back he was flying back from Nantes. Where is it? Well, he was flying back from France
Yeah.
after saying goodbye to like teammates and family and that, and he was flying back over to Cardiff or something like that. He was making a trip back after officially having signed. So
That is terrible.
it's a weird one, man. But yeah, look, it's horrible. But yeah, the deal was done. The player was made. So
far as I see it, and sitting right on the fence as always, it's if he's a Cardiff employee and they'd agreed to sign the player and all the paperwork's done, then
I don't.
sorry,
Like I say, I'm just as well.
unless there was some sort of clause in the contract. I wonder now if clubs will start
gonna say
putting
that.
shit like that in contracts.
Until he comes and,
I'm
and kicks the ball for the first time. he's yours.
I'm assuming, based purely from like an insurance point of view, there's got to be an insurance payout. Do you know what I mean? Just from like protecting your assets, there's like Cardiff will have all their players insured.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah, but what if is that something that they do maybe up front, or I assume he would have passed a physical. They probably have to take a physical to.
Was like anything.
Yeah,
man,
they
like-
do a medical exam.
Yeah.
Again, I would assume they
All
would
that
have already
before
had
signed, yeah.
folk in France doing all that prior to then.
I'm assuming,
Signing the deal.
because I've not heard much coming from that. I've not heard much kickback on the internet. I'd imagine that Cardiff have probably just been like, yeah, well, once the insurance money comes through, there you go. It's a done deal. Because like, I'd imagine it's just asset protection. Horrible. We'll touch on as well the suspensions coming in the SPFL.
Oh, aye.
For
Rangers.
what's happened?
So El Fudolo Morales, he's a sloth. Hate you guys. He's been given a 3-match suspension.
Well, yeah, I mean that's his third or fourth red card of the
Fourth
season.
red of the season. So it's like 4-game suspension after. Did you see the incident against McKenna? So he sort of pushed McKenna over.
Kind of like stood on his balls.
Stood on his
but-
balls, and the thing is, you would think as well it could be last night, but he done it against Celtic. He's had 3 red cards against Aberdeen this season so far.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of Rangers fans have been kicking off about what about this? It's like I'm sort of saying as well. It's like I'm not looking for
There's that. What about it?
That's what I'm saying.
Again? I'm not interested in
I'm
your
not
fucking what about it.
That's what
man.
I've been saying. Is that I'm not wanting preferential treatment. What I'm wanting is the actual Scottish referees to be held to account and a bit of consistency. So if one player is getting sent off for something, then why is it not getting sent off? And the thing is as well, it was the same. What annoyed me about Morelos even gets suspended now after the McKenna incident was after the 3 separate incidents in the last Celtic Rangers match, which were also caught on camera. Why were they not being retrospectively done? You know what I mean? And this is after the referee on the day said he's seen the incidents. I was glad to see something done, regardless of who it was against, but just a bit of consistency and protection of the actual players. And then Jermaine Defoe dived again. Twat.
I was having a look at penalty stats and that in the SPL. Some teams in the Scottish Premier League, that like St Mirren, have only had 1 penalty all season.
Really?
Some teams in the SPL that have had 5 or 6 penalties in their last 2 games.
I know.
But you can say all you want. But yeah, I just keep coming back to the standard of the refereeing. You should come down and watch a few games in the Championship. It's not much better.
Like, that's what I'm saying. It should. What annoys me is when you come away from a game and it has been directly influenced by poor refereeing.
Yeah, well, don't forget as well that there are probably a lot of games that people aren't watching but are getting caught up in all this hullabaloo on Twitter, man, and everybody's fucking booting off, and that's making it seem a bigger issue than that's the overriding factor from the game. I don't know so much.
No, I just mean in general. If you won't watch your team and they're playing well, and a poor referee
I cast my
decision.
mind back sometime
Well,
for that.
even look at fucking the Scotland game. We talked about that in the disappointing moments. That official getting that fucking wrong absolutely done the game in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's nothing worse. Like I can have, if my team are beaten on the day. I said this when Rangers beat us at the end of December. We were beaten on the day by a team playing better. Like Rangers were a better team on the day. There's none of this, that, and the next thing. Yes, there was poor refereeing calls, but I don't think that would have made a difference to Celtic's performance that day. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't a dodgy penalty that gave Rangers their goal, but like that's what I'm saying. The amount of times that this is now happening is getting ridiculous.
Yeah, I think the other issue you've got to look at though is the amount of, like in your case, a lot of Celtic fans getting heavily involved, and I'm kind of going, what the fuck are you guys getting involved for? These are all results and matches that don't involve your team at all. You know, suddenly you're going to be the spokesman for Scottish football and refereeing decisions because you think they're trying to stop you. You're getting 10 in a row and all this fucking carry on.
Brendan Ross.
I mean, I believe there'll be people that listen to this show who be sitting there going, "Oh, fuck off, Andy." But like, you know,
No,
I believe Rangers are the establishment club. They are the establishment club. But you know, don't sit there and tell me that, you know, as a fan of somebody outside the old firm, that, you know, Celtic don't get the benefit as much of the time as Rangers do as well.
Disagree. That's fine. No, but
disagree.
Well, refereeing decisions are easily forgotten when they go for your team.
No, definitely. Look, agreed. But like, that's why I agree with you in the fact that I just want consistency. I don't want poor refereeing to be the overriding topic because Scottish football is doing really well just now. And what's annoying me is that poor refereeing is bringing the reputation of the game down.
I think we just need to be absolutely clear on all of our referees in the game, which teams they support. Are they members of any organisations that may have political or religious links to any football club in Scotland? And that stuff just needs to be transparent from the off. So that if there is a referee who is, you know, a Rangers fan, or, you know, here comes a tinfoil hat, but, you know, a Mason and all this kind of stuff, that kind of stuff is at least disclosed. So you're kind of saying, well, look, you know,
Full disclosure, like they have to do it in the clubs in England, in the Premiership. You have to announce what team you support, so that you're then not.
and you're also not allowed to referee somebody from your hometown, which is why, you know, some referees, they might be from Newcastle, but they support Man United, but they can't referee Newcastle games as well, just because they're from there, even if they don't support them.
Yeah.
And that makes sense, but I agree with you. It should be like transparency. So, because it'd be difficult yourself. Do you know what I mean? If I was reffing a Celtic Rangers game, I couldn't have called it down the middle.
Yeah, but how could you definitely say if someone support, like if I wanted to be a soccer referee and I was like, oh yeah, I support Rangers.
Well, I say,
I support Celtic. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna
saying,
do
you
Celtic
have
games all year.
You have to at least put it out there.
Yeah.
Like Andy said, like if like you have to be able to like say whatever clubs you're with, whatever religious party you're tied to or political party, there should be no conflict of interest going into the match that could positively or negatively influence one team's performance.
I agree. Yeah, it shouldn't be like that.
I'm sure all employees at the S.F.A. and the referees associations and all this, any application process to involve being a referee will include a multitude of questions that include everything from age, sex, gender, whatever you want to say, or a number of questions about you personally. So I don't see the problem having questions that say, you know, are you affiliated with any political party? So do you hold membership with a political party? Are you a membership of any other organisations? And what team do you support? And then where you're born, that kind of stuff. And surely, you know, with that and a more transparent review and disciplinary process, that could help make a difference.
Yeah.
Again, maybe I'm just shooting ideas out there. But hey, listen, the establishment guys at the S.F.A., you know, they're all very well entrenched in their wee system there with all their perks and all their privileges. So, again, why would turkeys vote for Christmas? Why would they want to make things more transparent when that might then mean that they've got less of a chance of holding on to their
Why
jobs
would
in future?
turkeys vote for Christmas? That is this week's episode title right
Why
there.
would
By
turkeys vote for Christmas?
Why would they vote for, ultimately, why would they vote for more transparency? It's just going to put more scrutiny on them and their decisions.
Why not just have like instant replay? Just have cameras, and then if something super egregious happens, then you can say.
They're looking at bringing the VAR into it, and I actually, I wasn't sure about the VAR, but in the World Cup, it worked. Do you know what I mean? It did. Like there was,
I think you'll get to the stage where
You still miss things. Trust me, you do miss things,
No,
but it's not going to be.
You're right, but there's
as
not going to
bad.
be glaring.
Yeah.
Like, if a goal's ruled offside and it isn't, then
if they had video refereeing, you know how they usually get, I can't remember the boy's name, but they do it on BT, they stick him out in the camera truck. What's his name again?
because they done it at the World Cup as
The
well.
referee,
yeah, they
aye.
done it at the World Cup the first time they had the ref watching on. So now if they've got VAR at a game,
Yeah.
they'll have an ex-referee or an official
That's
watching
good,
the tape
yeah.
back, and then they'll go back and go like because they brought
Buzz
in
the ref
Was
and
it
then be
Howard
like-
Webb? No, it
He
was-
might have been one of them. I
But
can't remember.
he's almost like an extra pundit, but it's basically like, so like talk us through that decision.
Yeah,
from
the
a
NFL
referee
does that
perspective.
all the time too. Yeah.
And I would agree. Like, how hard is it in an earpiece? Because as well as that, when you're watching the telly, especially a football match, even if it's that fast paced, by the time one thing's happened, you get 6 different replays from 4 different angles.
Yeah.
How difficult is it to go up to a ref and be like, right, mate, what was that? Offside, boom.
It's infuriating when like the pundit in the booth, and they're like, "We're gonna throw it to Mike in New York. Mike, what was that call?" And the refs get it wrong, and then the other guy in New York gets it right, and you're kind of like, now I'm even more angry now
Yeah.
because now the call went against us on the field. This guy in the studio says it's wrong as well, and they're not gonna do anything about it.
So I've just had a breaking news story from Ali Cook.
I was just going to finish out by saying I've never seen another sport that treats its fans with such contempt. Never mind being FIFA or your intercontinental associations like UEFA, even your national associations like in our case the S.F.A. Football in general does treat its core support with contempt, and it's got this strange. It's always had this funny issue with moving on with the times and embracing technology, and ultimately, look, if it results in a fairer game and the right calls, the right decisions,
It's
then
the purists.
I'm for it, man.
Because you get the people who are the purists that are kind of like, oh, don't bring cameras into it. It started out as a game in a bowl and 11 guys.
But no,
you
that's
know
what I'm
I
saying.
mean?
It would be much easier to take a loss if you've actually been beaten, as opposed to the team you're playing against scores a goal that was a yard offside, but they got given that, or they get this game-winning goal was a penalty that was actually a dive.
Bull don't lie, though. Bull don't lie.
But
You
that's
get it
what-
back at some point.
That's what I mean, though. But like, I'd be quite happy, not quite happy, but say Rangers pump us 5-0 in the next Old Firm game, and it's a fair game. There's no bad refereeing decisions. We just got absolutely done 5-0. Yes, I'll be gutted, but I won't be upset. Whereas if Rangers beat us 1-0 through a penalty that was never a penalty,
Yeah.
and a video-assisted referee could have seen that boy dived, tried to gain an unfair advantage, was then sent off for that, and then the game's left. But then we still went and lost through a completely legitimate goal. That's the problem.
Yeah.
There's nothing more sickening than when your team is cheated out of a victory.
What about fining players? Do they fine players for diving?
Some cases, yes. Some cases they end up getting suspensions.
All right.
The S.F.A. are actually one of the first to begin looking at retroactive.
Well,
Well, a few years back, they introduced that retroactive punishment.
That's what happened to Morelos there, because he was sent off and he got the ban, and then Alan McGregor's been cited for a 2-game suspension for a dangerous tackle, which wasn't caught by the referee.
Yeah.
The problem is we don't know who are on these panels. That's the other big issue
Yeah.
with the panel, though, is that we don't actually know necessarily who's on it and who's making the decisions, and that makes it harder for sort of, for folk to get their tinfoil hat and go, well, he's got allegiances here and he used to play for them and his old band's in that.
But then at
fucking
the same
lodge.
point as that, it means that
What I mean, like-
aye, that's the lack. Like that was the thing about the last Old Firm when Morelos had his 3 instances of trying to rip people's dicks off and stamping on folk and booting folk, and the referee said he'd seen all of these instances, and then they went for review, and they were blatantly all fouls or aggressive things, and the banner was like, nah, we're not going to do anything about it. And you're like, but then if I go about kicking people or ripping folk in the balls when I'm on the ground, then do I not get banned as well? So it sets the precedent.
Fuck off, it's a contact sport.
Right, well, what else have we got? Is that us for the week?
Wait, first of all, I just looked up egregious to make sure I used it right, and I did. There's also the AAF, the Alliance Football. Ooh, drooled on myself.
Thought it was like your teeth are falling out or something.
The Alliance of American Football, new football league, 8 teams, American football. That's hopefully going to get me by through to the summer. It's weird though. It's like they have different rules. There's no kickoffs.
So what is it? Is it like the CFL type of deal? Or is it like
It was just, well, it's in America, yeah, but it has like all like old retread players or guys that the NFL don't want. The NFL are actually broadcasting some of the games though, so I assume they
so
have
is it
some,
still like full team football, like 15 on?
yeah, 11-11.
No, 15.
15. But yeah, so they have it's Salt Lake, Arizona, Orlando, Arizona. Oh, I said Arizona.
You can tell it's the week after the Super Bowl that he's on to this. I bet you.
I'm reaching.
Like,
I
fuck this,
just
it's
need
shit.
that grid.
I just need my stuff, man. But yeah, I saw a couple of highlights because it kicked off last night, and it looked pretty good. So I'm gonna try and check it out. If it's on NFL Network, I still have Game Pass until
you
this
complain
summer.
and they cancel your subscription again.
Until it starts freezing up again. But it was just curious to me that I saw that the NFL was showing the game, so I was like, oh, they must have a pile of money in there somehow.
What a brilliant business model Game Pass is, because for the 4.5 months that you've got a season, there's another 7.5 months sitting there with there's fucking nothing going on but reruns, but they've got you paying $20 fucking a month, Mike.
I found I've already paid it up. Actually, no, I did. Oh no, I did pay it up.
No, they screwed you. I remember you telling us the story.
But I paid half price.
Oh, did you? That's all right.
Yeah. So
Small victory.
I found myself watching the Jets 2010 on what's it called? Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
Watching that the other day. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why am I watching the Jets Hard Knocks here? But that's what they do. They make it a year-round thing. So now the next thing up is the draft. So now they're going to be gearing up for the draft. And now that's the big thing for April. Is justifying.
Drafts in April.
Yeah. Justify them, or people like
So
me.
until
spending all
when
that
was
money.
it kick off again? August.
Preseason's in August, yeah.
Yeah. So you
Hall
got
of Fame game in August.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so it's going to be tough sledding till I might have to start watching Kicky Ball with you fellas now.
Come on, man. Do that shit.
See how
Well,
much
this is the
cherries are
time
doing.
of year where it starts to get good, man. Champions League will be back.
Scottish Cup's kicking
yeah.
off. Europa League. Celtic in the Europa League next Thursday. Right.
He's a fuck about the Rio.
Shut up, man. Shut up. That's all I've got, man.
Thursday night losers.
I'll tell you what I've done though. I had to make Valentine's Day. Is that, I'll take you for a meal, go and get some dinner, booked a table at the Bothy. And the Celtic game's on at the pub afterwards as well, same day. She was like, what? I was like, yep.
Yeah, we're going.
Perfect. She's so lucky, Megan.
Romance, bruh. Also going through to Edinburgh for some wings.
From where?
Wings. There's a place in Edinburgh called Wings.
Oh, all right, cool.
Yeah, like you can order like it's like 3 baskets or 5 baskets, and you pick all the different sauces that you want in your 5 baskets. You got I had like 8 baskets of wings last. I only get like 4 per basket.
Oh, that's shit.
That's not a basket.
But no, but like they're like big fucking wings. But like that's like in one round. So like all that shit and 2 Coronas cost us 20 quid last time. I'm about to fucking shut the place down. And then we're going on a ghost walk.
Ghost Walk, what's that?
You know one of the ghost tours in Edinburgh?
No.
You get all the different, because obviously Edinburgh's old as fuck.
Yeah.
So it's like renowned for being
Beautiful city.
haunted. Yeah, oh yeah, but like because it's like a city on a city and there's all the old cobbled streets and that, like they take you on a tour around like notorious places in Edinburgh and shit like that, and places that are supposedly haunted.
Yeah.
It's good fun, man.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. End up in a graveyard and that.
Didn't want to do that.
Chin a junkie.
Shit, I forgot what I was going to say. What were we just talking about before that? There's a Denny's in Renfrew. You've had Denny's before.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, I love Denny's.
We may have to do a live broadcast from there.
Denny's.
From Denny's. We're live from Denny's.
Got my sugary pancakes.
Yeah, so that chocolate chip and banana
remember,
pancakes and home fries and shit.
I was in Florida. We went to Denny's for breakfast. I was like, what is it? It's like, it's just a breakfast place. I was like, I'll have the bacon and pancakes. And she said, do you want syrup? I was like, yeah. And I was like, what's this on my pancakes? She's like, that's sugar. I was like, cool. And then I was like 13, so I was like, can I have a Coke? She's like, yeah, fucking go on. And she was like, John's vanilla in there. I was like, yes. Came out like fucking vibrating at breakfast, and I was like, America!
I love you, America!
I love a bit of home fries because to me that's just an excuse for essentially having chips.
Yeah.
Essentially having chips with your breakfast. And when you've got, I'm fucking salivating hanging about
Yeah, home
sausages
fries are great.
and bacon.
Home fries,
Right.
Can you get home fries anywhere around here?
Just make them.
How do you do it, though? You just shred up potatoes real fine, yeah.
You could have done it on your George Foreman with the wee griddle bit on the side. I'll get around to Mama Pat's and get that picked up, mate. Yeah, you just do it like that. It's handier to have a griddle, but if you've got a skillet, got a cast iron skillet, perfect, just do it in that. There you go. Remember and get your skillet nice and seasoned.
Can I do it in my air fryer? Yeah.
You probably could, man.
I imagine you can do something similar.
Because you could do
Smoke it
roast potatoes in
I've
an
heard like the
fryer.
air fryer chips are crispy as balls
They're
too.
good. They're good. Connie whips them up.
Right, we're gonna have to wrap this shit
I
up.
know, I'm starving.
Mama Mac was trying to give me an air fryer, but I think I said this to you guys. Maybe it was off air, but I turned it down
Why?
because I knew I'd be making like chicken nuggies and mozzarella dippers and shit like that for my tea. Fucking every curly fries.
I was maybe
and
going
fucking
shopping.
mayonnaise
Maybe going
and shit.
shopping earlier. We actually sacked it to go and meet Megan's pal's Bairn, and I came for that. I'm just going to nip it at Morrison and get something quick. I'm just going to end up like, there's nothing healthy you can just slam in the oven and then be eaten in 20 minutes. So
You could put like meat in the air fryer too, though. You could put like chicken or.
right now we're just talking about what we're having for our tea.
You're right, yeah.
Let's wrap this shit up. Right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for. And it's been a nice chilled out episode. We've got a wonderful lineup of guests looking to come on in the near future. So please stick with us.
Also, if you are looking to advertise on our podcast, no amount's too small, and help your business get in the ears of our listeners, we can provide you with an invoice for tax purposes as well.
Yes.
So for more information, please just send us the email to monkeyswordfightpodcast@gmail.com, and we're happy to chat to you about it.
Yeah. Also, thank you again to this week's sponsors, our boys over at Fair City Jiu-Jitsu, Perthshire's only dedicated Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym. All ages and experience levels and fitness levels are welcome, and your first lesson is free.
Get your kids off their devices and get them in jiu-jitsu,
Yeah. Start tying folk up in knots.
and then go celebrate at Curry Up.
Exactly. Fuck. Thank you very much. You can find us on Facebook and Podbean, Monkey Sword Fight Podcast. I want to ask as well, can all of our listeners who listen on iTunes go and leave us a wee review? Stick a wee review on there. It doesn't have to be 5-star. Stick on some stars there. Write a wee paragraph about how you feel about it. Tell a friend. Do the same on Podbean if you can. Just leave us some ratings. Get us up in the charts. Let's get more people listening to this fine independent podcast.
Yeah, do that, please.
I am on Twitter at Wagwan Patrice.
I am back on Twitter as of today at _M_dots.
And I'm getting a bit sick of Twitter, but I'm still hanging out there just now. You'll find me at Macfarlane.
Spicy Twitter.
Dare you.
You can also email us, like Mike said, at monkeyswordfightpodcast@gmail.com. Until next week, take care. Peace.
Love ya.
Monkey